I will read the communication.
April 10,
Going live.
2024.
Going live.
Honorable Fanatic Kofa, Speaker, February Legislature, Capitol Hill, Monrovia. Dear Honorable Speaker, please accept my compliments and allow me to bring to your attention that on Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024, Spoon Network on their Wild Photo Spoon Talk Show released the asset declaration form of His Excellency George Weah, former President of the Republic of Liberia. While the exercise is good, the LACC Act of 2022 is clearly guided by confidentiality while necessitating accuracy and compliance with legal standards. Asset declaration in no way constrains individuals to publish their asset as such. President Weah opted not to publish, same with President Joseph M. Weah. The law says one can declare but doesn't force anyone to publish except doing so at your own volition. Honorable Speaker and fellow colleagues, it will interest you to note that Councillor Clam Mountain, the former LACC boss, who was removed after a new act came into force from March 21, 2021, told media outlets he had no record of former President George Weah filing for assets. This was fast-tracked to be false and misleading as GSC confirmed the President declared his assets. Since this confirmation and Mountain's subsequent court appeal plus appointment to the asset recovery team as head, Weah's asset declaration form is now all in the public space and on various platforms. I seek this honorable body to invite Councillor Mountain and the entire team at LACC currently to help furnish this body how the former president asset declaration form leaked to the public, breaching the confidentiality clause of the LACC. Mr. Speaker, fellow colleagues, if integrity institutions are no longer carrying out semblance of integrity and confidentiality, then we are headed for trouble as a country. Please accept the assurances of my highest esteem and consideration. Faithfully, Honorable Frank Safoko Jr. The invitation. The Chairman, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, LACC, Congo Town, Tottenham Boulevard, Liberia. Dear Mr. Chairman, I present compliments and write by directive of the Honorable House of Representatives Inspection Section to request your appearance before each August body on next Tuesday, April 16, 2024 at 11 o'clock a.m. Mr. Chairman, be informed that you are expected upon appearance to give clarity on the issues of the alleged publication of the asset declaration form of former President His Excellency George M. without authorization as indicated in a communication forwarded to Plenary by Honorable Frank Safoko, Representative Electoral District Number 9, Mosurado County. Please see copy attached for reference. Thanks so much, Mr. Chairman, for your prompt attention in this premise. Sincerely, Major and Senior Chief Clerk. Senior communication went to Mr. Edwin Clark Mountain. Councilor Edwin Clark Mountain. Similar content of the communication went to the both of them. So, Honorable Speaker, distinguished Honorable Deputy Speaker, members of this August body, that is really of first a communication from Honorable Frank Safoko, a complaint which prompted the invitation has just been read. Thank you, for which the witnesses are here before you right now.
Hopefully you need a meeting. Okay, yeah, we need to expand your communication.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, Head of Police. Again, for the sake of our Liberian people, my name is Frank Safoko Jr., Frank Safoko Jr., representing the people of the Electoral District of Mosurado. Honorable Speaker, basically to where Liberia is heading and where we've been heading, I was very concerned the other time on the 2nd when I followed Spoon FM and I saw the full asset declaration of the former president of the Republic of Liberia being displayed on the radio, at which time every one of us as Liberians got concerned because when President Weah declared his asset, but then I was just a student at the University of Liberia doing my bachelor's degree, and we had a discussion on the Palawa Hut, at which time the president's asset was not declared to the public, and there were different discussions across the board, and I tried to do follow investigation to know why it was not published to the public, and I got to know that it was left at his own will to have published it to the public or not. And I also got to know that the LACC was being guarded by the act of confidentiality. And to later on realize one of the sacred places of this country to be very open, that anybody can walk in and grab anybody information and walk out with that information. This is not just about President Weah. President Joseph Walker also declared an asset of recent, and he chose to keep it very confidential. And that is their right to do that. And every one of us, we are going today to declare our asset, not just us. Other international partners are following us. And you know exactly the way these things are happening. This is non-political. This is about the sacredness and the reality of the act that established the LACC. So, Mr. Speaker, I thought in my mind that this was not right, not just to President Weah, but all other presidents, and I believe in my mind that all people, personal information that was kept has been leaked up, because the last time when Musa Belete went and told the answer he placed it, he decided to publish it. Yeah, all members, sorry, Honorable Speaker, sorry, Honorable Speaker. No, Chief, you can't disrespect the Speaker's decision. I beg you, Speaker, tell us. Thank you, sir. So, Honorable Speaker, I think it was important, even though Councillor Calamity has left, and then we have the new head of that institution, so we thought it necessary to invite the both of them to tell us exactly how did the asset declaration of President George Weah go to the public, what is actually unfolding with that entity. So now we can give them the benefit of the doubt, our police, to know exactly what is happening in order to protect the sanity of that police. Thank you.
Okay, we'll first take the chair of the LACC. An honorable chair, do you have any personal knowledge or have you conducted any investigation as to the release, as to the unauthorized release of the former president's asset declaration?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker and members of the House of Representatives. Yes, indeed. Upon receipt of the information from the Honorable House, we immediately conducted an investigation. Our investigation, first and foremost, wasn't guided by the information that is out there because we're not privy to the asset declaration that is out there for us to be able to authenticate it. However, we called on the asset declaration officers currently seated at the LACC, and it was established that indeed issue of leakage of asset declaration some 2 to 3 years ago involving the former commissioner, the former chairperson, not Commissioner Martin, but Commissioner Weah. So the investigation revealed that indeed the former chairperson requested asset declaration for 5 officials of government that are in his possession. So that was what the investigation revealed.
Are you at liberty to state the names of those individuals whose asset declaration are in the possession of the former chair of the LACC?
Definitely. From the investigation revealed that the asset declaration for the former President George Weah, the asset declaration of former Vice President Joe Taylor, the asset declaration for former Minister of State, Minister McGill, Minister Samuel Weah, former Finance Minister, and the Major Jefferson Kochi. The 5 asset declarations that were released to our former chairperson. The investigation further revealed that from the trail of email between the former chairperson and the asset declaration officer, they were released for the purpose of asset verification. However, like the Honorable Representative said, the LACC is prohibited from releasing asset declaration for officials that have filed with the LACC except upon the order of the court.
Okay, your witness. Honorable, we'll give each person a minute who wants to ask a question. Okay, so after consultation with the deputy here, we'll also listen to Honorable Clamati, Councillor Clamati, and the other witness before we proceed for open floor questioning. Madam Chair, you can have your seat. Councillor Martin, can you approach and you were, Councillor, you were quoted as being on a television program and giving some information about the asset declaration of President Weah, whether or not he has filed. The question for you would be, are you bound by any confidentiality of information you received while you were at the commission, and how long does that confidentiality hold you?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Honorable members of this all-important assembly, I listened to the documentation as to the letter that precipitated my presence here today. And that letter, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, speaks to particularity and specificity. The letter if you look at the last 4 paragraphs, in the middle you have the 2 paragraphs that I will read according to your permission. The letter reads thus. Honorable Speaker and fellow colleagues, it will interest you to note that Councillor Clark Martin, the former LACC boss, who was removed after the new act came into force on March 21, 2021, told media outlet that he had no record. Please unfold this phrase. That he had no record of former President George Weah filing for assets. Subsequently, this was fast-tracked to be false and misleading as GSC confirmed the President's declaration of his asset. Continuation of the paragraph. Since this confirmation and marking subsequent court's appeal, which is ambiguous because I have not been to the court.
I'm not sure where you're proceeding on the letter. We are not here to judge the contents of the letter. I think we put in perspective to you.
Okay.
And the purpose of your committee here is whether or not you have knowledge of the release. You were given the opportunity to conduct this session. Whether or not you have the knowledge about the release of information regarding the former president or any other individual.
Just end this last line of the letter.
I will not allow you, Councilor, because the problem is you're trying to dispute the statement in the letter, and I think I've already conceded to you that the purpose of who you are here is whether or not you have information concerning the release of the asset declaration. I think you should consider any other content in the letter as surplusage.
I understand. I have no idea after the content of the letter has vindicated me. And the best evidence by law, as to the environment contained in the paragraph that I just read, would be those that were mentioned in the letter that are in possession of the former president as a declaration.
Okay, so we'll take that answer to be that you were not the one who released the information.
No.
You have no knowledge of who.
I have no knowledge.
All right, attorney, you want to add to this? You have this. You have something else to say?
No.
Okay. Hold on, please. The attorney. Again, the question is, do you have knowledge or have you conducted such investigation to reveal anything that would be in contrary to what the chair said or in addition to?
I just want to make addition. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable members of the House of Representatives. I want to start by thanking you for calling us to discuss the issue about the leakage of the asset declaration. The issue about asset declaration is a very serious thing in this country with respect to the mandate of the LACC and the document that is placed in the custody of the LACC. When we took office in September 2023 and the chair mandated for us to do a full assessment to know where we are and what we were taking forward. The issue of the information about this asset declaration, which the chair spoke about, with respect to the 5 former government officials, was one of the things that we discovered. Immediately, we decided to launch an investigation because of the serious nature about the leakage of the document. And so, just to add to what the chair said, that report revealed that on February 18, want to be specific, 2019, at about 1:50 p.m., there was a request, as the chair said, from the former executive chairperson making this request.
What's the point of order?
The witness have just said he has an addition. What he's saying now, we've heard. Can he go directly to the addition? Because we are not here for history.
The addition speak to the date. Yeah. Okay.
The witness needs to go directly to the addition. We have heard the chairperson, and let him tell us what is new.
Okay, so I think the witness is giving additional details. So I will allow him to go, for a minute, and if the detail is not pending, I'll stop him. Proceed.
So, like you are concerned, the detail is that we launched an investigation, and out of that investigation, we were here to find the date that request was made, the hour the request was made. Thank you.
All right. The only other question is, it was for purposes of verification.
Yes, that was the finding of the.
Is it a procedure at the LACC that the executive chairman will conduct verification?
The LACC itself as an institution can also do verification.
No, okay, so who at the LACC will be the executive chairman?
Yeah, the executive chair
Can request and do verification on his own.
No, not on his own, as an institution. So
I'm trying to ascertain whether or not the request is wanted to be in the procedure.
The procedure is you have the asset verification team. So on the basis of the request, then the chair can authorize a line for the verification to take place. In that situation, the document can be displayed and assessed, and those items in terms of property that will be verified.
I'm not sure you know ahead. Yeah. Was the request by the chairman correct? Was it in line with procedure?
The request was to verify, but verification
not responsive. This one, I will start on this side. Information, Honorable Sibo.
Yeah, the information is that, Mr. Speaker, I just let the record on the show. As at the time the request was made, I'm not sure whether the person making the request was the chairperson.
Was he the chair at the time?
He was the chair at the time.
That was the testimony. He was chair at the time.
He was the chair at the time.
Honorable Weah.
Honorable Speaker, Mr. Speaker, distinguished police, witness and questioners. As an integrity institution who move opportunities based on secrecy, confidentiality. Even according to you, I don't know what the law says about that. You ask your man, the asset declaration, and use my verification to file reference to me, telling me, say, on the Weah, your asset declaration is question. This question. They do that. So the investigation was conducted and identify individuals. What the law says about that? Why you don't have to? Who are those individuals? Know that. What are you commissioned to you?
I'm sorry. What's the question?
My question is that LACC operation is guided by law. Asset declaration is the declarer obligated to say let it be published or not. So somebody requested for somebody says asset have been declared. Did you reference that person that your asset is being declared for verification?
those that did, according to the chairperson, those that were found competent or leaking that information. What are we doing about it?
No, hold on. I think that's a good question, but let's proceed on the information. I think it is correct. The question is, when the request was made, is it a procedure? And Chair, feel free to step in here. Is it the procedure that you inform the person whose asset has been requested for verification, that your asset has been requested for verification? That's the question.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Representatives, it is not the procedure. So the way the asset verification is carried out is the Board of Commissioners will meet and deliberate and decide to set up the asset verification team. Once
Please proceed.
Once that team is set up, we do not pull out the actual verification that was signed and stamped by the LACC. Normally, when the verification is taken to the LACC, it is summarized. So the officer, the accepting officer, will summarize the information from the actual verification and put it on a separate sheet, so that we don't have a situation where people keep going back and forth into the purpose to be opening and to be taking of the verification information.
Okay, so your testimony is that there is no reason why the executive chair would have the actual declaration in his person.
Definitely.
Yeah, but outside the testimony you gave me, sir, you said everything that was done was correct.
Yes.
Honorable Kaluma. No, but I started on the Saturday.
Honorable Speaker,
Every day I was able to
Madam Witness,
Yes, sir.
after your investigation, though you fully aware that the chair that was leaving, when the chair left, they didn't inform President Dr. George Weah that his asset was requested. And after the investigation, what did you do when the investigation was done?
I think that's appropriate. Having discovered what you have described as improper procedure, what actions did you take?
So, as I earlier stated, we just conducted the investigation. Upon receipt of this communication from the House of Representatives, we are currently in the process of doing a communication to our former chairperson to let us, or to inform us, or to clarify as to why did he request and why the asset declaration are in his possession. Like my colleague said, we just took over in September of 2023, and this issue was just, the investigation was just conducted when we took over.
All right, next.
I will speak up.
Yes. Honorable, I'm confused between. Okay, I'll take Honorable Small. No, you want to vindicate your constituent, and I'm not ready to vindicate him yet, so I'm not recognizing you. Honorable Small.
Thank you, Mr. Zali. Distinguished colleagues. I would like to ask a question that has to do with information. I'm aware that Liberia is part of the Transparency International and the IMF, and there is an act, the Data Protection Act, that was established. And the law says that any information, aggregated data, when it is released out, like data like identity, data like contact, profile, account details, transaction, the one who releases it is eligible for dismissal. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not aware of such act.
Then you read the international act.
I will do so.
Yes.
Was that domesticated? Was it?
Honorable Speaker.
Okay, no. So let's do this. They were called here for a narrow purpose of certain how and why asset declaration got released. She testified that it was released without authorization by our former chairman, who she named. Okay, and she has said that an investigation has been launched pursuant to the letter that was received. Meaning that it would be appropriate, since an investigation has been launched, to entertain a motion to send this to judiciary to work along with them on oversight. I don't know if more ever to be talking here today.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker.
She said it was Councillor Chief.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker.
Okay, they wanted to repeat on the record the name of the former commissioner that requested or anyone else.
Leading the witness. I think to some extent we are leading the witness.
Okay, Council, I understand that, but I want to try to make sure there's not too much repetition here. The testimony was fairly succinct. Okay, but you can answer the question before I clarify it. I'm not going to move it up, to see and call the name of the individual who requested it, who was chair at the time.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Representatives, on February 18, 2019, Councillor James N. Ferrier Jr. requested asset declaration documents of 5 individuals. 1, former President George Manuel Weah. 2, former Vice President Weah Taylor. 3, former Minister of State Nathaniel McGill. 4, former Finance Minister Samuel D. Weah. 5, former Mayor Jefferson Ochi.
Okay, so again, let me take 2 more. If you proceed down, you will talk, but generally again, you wanted to do what? No. Go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Madam Witness,
Yes.
I listened to your explanation. The access declaration officer that were requested by the former chair. From your investigation, I want to know whether those officers are staying in the inflow of your entity. If they are,
But Honorable, she did say an investigation has been launched. That's what we said. We found no Honorable, follow you out of order. No, Honorable Kamara. I'm just saying that I'm here. Okay, here all day. She said an investigation has been launched. I will request that we take a motion to send a matter to judiciary. At which point, when the investigation is complete, we report to the
I move.
Is there a way forward or
Way forward for me.
Okay, Honorable Simon has a pertinent question.
If I follow the previous commissioner on the date and time, I have just researched that indeed Verdier was the chairperson 7 days before his term was over. He asked for the documentation. And so based on their procedure, it tells me that he was in a position to request. My only question
I want to note for verification from Councillor Clark is that he stated that he had no idea of anything about release about the former president's asset. I want the councillor to just tell us when he made his presentation on screen that the president did not declare asset. How does that match with your presentation today? I mean, just a clarification to set the record straight.
Councillor Kamatin, clarification.
Thank you. I was very excited when I was asked by the journalists as to whether I had certain knowledge legally to know whether I verified and saw the declaration of the president. I said no. Thank you.
Weah. Honorable Williams and Honorable Koloba. Okay, Honorable Benson. All right, we follow. No, I'm sorry. Honorable Benson has to go. Honorable Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. Fellow colleagues. I have a question for Councillor Martin. The former president declared his asset when you were not the head of LACC, and you later became the head of LACC. It has been established that the former president declared his asset, and you have said that you are absolutely unaware of the president's declaration assets. Now, is that being untruthful to us, or is it that you were a bad manager?
The question is,
and they did not take stock of Honorable Nima Kandi, you are not a member. Yes.
I think the testimony of the chair.
No. The point is, under Councillor Martin's chairmanship, as head of that organization, everything that is within that organization to distribute to it.
No, not necessarily organization. Because in this case, no. In this case, where the problem of
the question is not to you, sir. The question is to the witness. I did not ask the speaker. I asked the witness. So I'm quite far to answer. For me, this is a management question. Let us understand that to encourage people to declare assets, they must have confidence in the process where their assets cannot be used against them or it cannot be taken away from their assets. It is established that Councillor Martin was not the head of LACC when President Weah declared assets. I understand that. Therefore, it's difficult, and the time that it was taken on, he was not here. My question is, after he became head, what is being discovered today as to the fact that there was an official request for President Weah's asset, which was documented the current chair, upon hearing this allegation, immediately investigated. So when you take over an institution like LACC, you mean you cannot review any document that through which will discover such request and take no action?
Okay, I think we got a point on Senator Committee. Councilor Martin,
Thank you.
I think you followed the question.
Thank you. I followed the question. I followed the question of the honorable representative. Let me digress.
Unfortunately, Councilor, you don't have that video here. So please answer the question.
I will answer the question by saying that I maintain my position. I maintain my position that I earlier stated that I had no knowledge, I did not see it, and for that I cannot speak to the second of that.
Okay, wait for Honorable Michael Thomas.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The council did not answer my question.
He answered the question. He said he did not discover. He said he did not discover. Honorable Yafo. Honorable Yafo, you want to fight, man? They're from Maryland, from Lima.
I got the floor. I have the floor.
Sit down.
I'm just saying that information
I agree, but you're out of order. I agree with you totally.
Thank you, Honorable
So I will take the way forward.
information
Before the way forward.
Information denied.
Yes, please, 1 minute, 1 second, please. This issue, voters about confidentiality, integrity,
Somebody there.
everything. No, there's there is a disparity of information that we need to discuss critically. The three persons here, the three witnesses are primitive to the asset declaration of the declarant. And for an individual who was a commissioner there to say, I don't have no information about the declaration of the former president, I mean something
Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. It was established. It was established that the president. No, honorable. It was established that before he became chairman of the LACC, he had no reason.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, fellow colleagues. Having listened to the deliberation, qualified colleagues, I move in a second that the information being read, the committee be sent to the committee judiciary. If I can retain a second.
Has been moved and seconded that it be sent to the committee on judiciary for oversight of the investigation. Are you ready to vote? Are you ready to vote? Already on the report.
Honorable Speaker, co-presiding distinguished colleagues, to the movement of preparing to vote, the judicial committee work in collaboration with the LACC and to report within 2 weeks.
To the movement. To the movement.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I'm listening to my Lennon colleagues. As you said.
I'm a speaker, I'm a deputy speaker, fellow colleagues. I will be ready to vote if
the Committee on National Security will be added to that.
To the movement.
Mr. Speaker.
I'll be ready to vote if the Committee of Good Governance.
To the movement, Committee of Good Governance. Are you ready to vote? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Okay. The witnesses. The witnesses, Honorable Simon. Honorable Simon. You are interfering with something. No, it's not discharged. The witnesses are not discharged, but are in fact referred to the Committee on Judiciary. Actually, Councilor Kamati is discharged because he no longer has any jurisdiction over the LACC. Since this is an ongoing investigation being conducted by you, you are referred to the Committee on Judiciary, which will conduct the oversight and to report Plenary in English.
Good governance.
Yes, and all the relevant committees are added in the already. The witnesses, all the witnesses, you will take a seat. The witnesses are excused. Councilor Martin is discharged.
And so the witnesses have been discharged.